So I just want to speak on this really quickly because I do see a lot of memes that people who have a lot of drama in their life or are so sensitive to everything, and they have very specific rules on how their friends and family should act around them, and they have very specific parameters they expect from their friends and family. And if you ever at all go outside of these specific parameters, then the memes come out, and then people will talk to each other indirectly through memes. And I would say I do it through Facebook Live. I don't necessarily say people's names, but I will speak to specific instances just like I am right now. So yes, some friends do talk behind other friends' backs. It happens. Everybody has a perception of each other. Everybody deals with relationships in different ways. Not everybody wants to hear the truth about you based upon your perception of them. Not everybody's open to that. So sometimes it's better to just vent to a friend or a family or a husband or a wife and say, hey, well, you know, the reason why of this, this, and that. Or we speak through memes, or we speak through Facebook Lives to situations you wouldn't want to confront because you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. Not everybody is strong enough to hear somebody's truth about them. Not everybody is, and some people don't want the backlash. If you were to actually confront a person on what your perception of them is, do you think that they were able to handle it and really want to be open to hearing your perception of them? No. So you say it in a different way, you say it to different people, and then they will, it doesn't mean it's true that this person's bad or wrong. It's just that this is how people are able to vent and get out what they need to get out. And if you happen to hear that someone is talking smack about you, then take it as just information. It's just information of somebody's perception, and either you correct your behavior if it's something that needs to be corrected, or you say, hey, that's on them. That's their perception. Doesn't mean it's correct, and you move on. You don't I don't know, stew on it and stew on it and stew on it, and then have it be another trauma to your body, which then will culminate into these memes of drama. Okay. And people who have been injured, who have been traumatized in their life, they tend to adopt these types of things of where if you don't fit in a very specific narrow parameter of a friend or of a way of being of a family member or a friend, then it's the indirect pokes. And so when you see people's emotions come out through memes on Facebook, they have been traumatized in some way, and they are now expressing their trauma through indirect ways of just poking at their friends and making them wrong for not being completely honest with you, because not everybody can handle, my truth about them. Thanks, Christine. Not everybody can handle my truth about them. And sometimes I will make somebody cry, but I have to know they can handle my perception of how I want them to be in my life, because I'm trying to do something that has a specific measurable result. And so, and I know I'm not an easy person to hear whatever truth I have about them. And it doesn't mean it's a truth that it's like an all overall truth. It's just my perception of our relationship. If you can't go to somebody and speak your truth about to them to their face, it means that their biochemistry, they can't handle the truth about what you think about their relationship. You know they can't handle it. And you don't want to cause any more trauma to their system and their body and their mind and their spirit. So you find a different way to get it off your chest, because it's still, if you don't get it off your chest in some way, then it's going to eat you up inside. So somebody has to be able to express their feelings about something, because maybe that person did something to them that they can't express, that they didn't like it. And so they have to go and vent to a friend or a family, or they have to just speak about it in some way to somebody else that, it may get back to that person. Why didn't you tell me you felt this way? Because you didn't think they could handle it. You don't have that kind of relationship with them. It's not something that you're just going to go and confront and just damage them out of the blue. So sometimes speaking behind someone's back is soft pedaling, and helping you transition. It's like a vaccine. When you actually talk behind somebody's back, it's a vaccine. It helps you understand what people think about you, and then you can do something about it, or say that's them, that's their issues. And Jacob says, I agree, people have this indirect way of saying how they really feel, and it's confusing and it's annoying. Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing, you know, not everybody is going to give you their truth in your face, because some people don't think that you can handle the truth of what they feel about the relationship or about how you interact in that relationship. And, you know, I know that it happens even in very close relationships. That's why I don't have a lot of close relationships, because I know that the drama and the dynamics come out. So I have a very select few people, because most people are imbalanced out there. Most people are. And when you have a lot of imbalanced people in your world, misunderstandings, miscommunications, all of that happen, and then it becomes drama. Okay, and then it becomes something bigger than what it really should be because of all these different misaligned biochemistries. So I keep my circle very, very tight, very, 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 very small, so I don't have to then try to figure out how to talk to a person, how to have a relationship with this person, because my circle is very small. I have everybody in their perspective place. I see people when it's appropriate, and then I kind of keep to myself. I'm not a loner. I don't just totally segregate myself away from people because I'm married, but I also have a good balance of my own time and then dealing with how to then get along with the rest of the world that may not agree with everything that I say or have the same kind of biochemistry. Okay? So be glad that people talk smack behind you, because that way they're not saying it to your face, totally damaging you and then causing people to go to blows. Because some people don't want to hear some stuff and they want to punch somebody out. Because not every delivery is going to be easy and diplomatic. Sometimes the delivery of someone's feelings could be so in your face that someone wants to turn around and punch you out. And you don't want that either. So maybe it's better to have a vent friend, someone that you can just say stuff to. And if it gets back to the person, great. Don't look at it as a bad thing. Just look at it as a protection mechanism. It's a vaccine. So that way you're not upsetting someone's homeostasis right off the bat. So talking smack is not a bad thing behind someone's back. So that way you're not completely upsetting someone's homeostasis right then and there. Because not every relationship can handle very intense truths about somebody else. Their perception of their truth about you and the relationship. So very good, Renee. Very good, all of you. So understand there's nothing wrong with talking smack. A true friend would not upset your homeostasis and just basically throw up their perceptions of you right off the bat. I will say things in indirect ways. I will try to soft pedal and sugarcoat it if I'm in a conversation with them, saying, okay, I know you have this thing about you, and I understand it's your past, it's whatever. And so I kind of put in there that I get it. I don't always agree with some stuff, but I'll find ways to make you understand that I know that there's something that doesn't totally align with me, but that's you, that's how you do things, and I'm learning how to adapt to that. And I am committed to, that's why I keep hanging out with you, or that's why I do things with you, or that's why whatever, is because I'm committed to figuring out a way to have a relationship despite the misaligned chemistry. And that's how it needs to work, because everybody has different ways of receiving information as well as delivering it. And sometimes it's better to talk smack behind someone's back than it is to totally, completely devastate them in your face. Have a good day. Bye.